Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the King Nebuchadnezzar and here his contribution to the history. First, we are seeing there that king's biography. The king Nebuchadnezzar was the greatest king of the Neo-Babylon Empire. He is known for the rebuilding much of the Babylon and restoring it to its former glory. He is also built the Hanging Gardens of the Babylon, which is considered one of the seven ancient wonders of the world. First, we are seeing his early life. King Nebuchadnezzar II was born around 634 BC in the city of the Babylon. His father was Nabopolassar, which is the king of the Babylon. The growing up, Nebuchadnezzar was raised as the crown prince of the nation. He learned about the Babylonic gods, the laws of the Babylon, and how to fight and lead an army. Next, we are seeing the King Nebuchadnezzar II of the Babylon, or his contribution. In the book of the Daniel, we come across our scientist who was neither a medical practitioner nor a researcher of any sorts, but in fact a he is a military leader and the most powerful ruler of his own times. While in command, of the Babylon in 605 BC to the 562 BC, he one day demanded his subjects to consume only meat and wine. Those who adhere to his command would eventually become the control group of the earliest known investigation. But you may wonder why he did want to implement this rule in the first place. Our scientists believed that is we say that the hypothesize that the diet of a meat and alcohol will result in a healthy, vigorous physical condition of his subject. That he considers such dietary habits to be that of a healthy lifestyle, which as we have since after through research and the collection of the evidence have proven not to be the case. However, he came across some outlaws, those who objected to these laws. These individuals were inclined towards a herbivorous diet rather than following newly instant rule of the land. In those times, who is going against that King Nebuchadnezzar's the will of their commanders might have in a likelihood lead to their imprisonment, execution, or worse torture. But our royal scientist was unexpectedly intrigued by the idea. He was curious to see whether the healthiness of a person differ based on the type of the food they consume, and so appear the study group he grants Macrix the rights to go on a diet consisting of legumes and the water, but only for a period of 10 days. That is a study period which is 10 includes the 10 days, and he orders that at the end of this period the health and the physical proneness of the vegetarian should be examined and compared to that of his meat eating followers. Thereby we come across the outcome of the king Nebuchadnezzar's study. Upon comparing the health of the individual in his study group, that is legumes plus water, and his control group, that is who is eat the meat and the wine, our scientists find that the former are better nourished and healthier than the latter. Obviously, there were no complicated statistical analysis performed by our pseudoscientist, but intended he made an interesting observation, which in the many centuries to come after his time to be proven to the scientifically, and he uh, obviously, there were no complicated statistical analysis performed by our pseudoscientist, but intended. He made an interesting observation, which in many centuries to come after his time will be proven to be scientifically true. And so he concluded his flaws and modest experiment to make one of the first evidence-based decision and allow the people the liberty to consume a vegetarian diet. Hence was the story of the first ever guided public health decision made in an era long before the advent of the clinical research as we know it. Today, the clinical trials are much more complex processes. The clinical trials can be conducted by the randomized, double-blind, placebo control, and perform in a 4 phases, with increasing number of the subjects included, with each phase serving a specific purpose and having a predefined outcomes or endpoints and involving through designing and the complex statistical analysis. Nonetheless, this Babylonic king story highlights a fundamental aspect of the research curiosities. Thank you.